You know what I realized? First of all, it's backwards, but life is better when you have faith, trust, and pixie dust. Tinkerbell was always my favorite little queen growing up. She inspired me to be courageous, even though she got trapped by Hook temporarily, and even though she got a little selfish. She turned her ways and did right. Julia Roberts showed us that. Hook. Oh, R.I.P. Robin Williams. But back to the thing. You know what's funny? Ooh, it's an eagle flying. They're so beautiful, aren't they? I don't know if you saw that. I have to look back when I do the footage and see. But anyways, guys, adulting, relationships. This video was going to be about how it's funny to me that people in relationships will, as adults, choose to try and manipulate other people. And I've seen so many patterns. I had several people in the past who would constantly argue intentionally with each other and then try to bring me into it to drain my energy. And it's something I just won't allow anymore. I'm not going to have people in my life who are going to intentionally try to cause conflicts and then drain my energy or get me involved. For a while, I was a mediator until I realized I don't have to do that. I don't have to be that. People need to learn to grow up and have conflict resolutions with their own relationships. And people need to learn self-development. And I was a crutch, I think, for some people in the past. But it's nice that I get to just live my life. I spent so long trying to be there for others, be there for those around me. And I think it was because I was trying to escape my own grief from my mom dying from cancer 20 years ago, my sister 5 years ago, my dad recently. I never wanted to deal with it. And one of my crutches was helping others. And believe it or not, as a people pleaser, that can be a crutch. When you're an adult and you become an adult, friendships are there, but we have no obligation to each other unless you're married to someone, they're your child, they're your parent, they're your sibling. You have those ties, you have those kind of just subtle, not obligations, but unwritten obligations. But when you become adult friends, everyone gets to grow, work on their own life, and they get to grieve when they need to. They get to take time for themselves when they need to, and they get to grow and then support each other when they're ready. But I've learned to enjoy my personal space, take my personal space, and I don't need a lot of friends. I don't need to be around a lot of people. To be honest, I have my faith with God, and I'm enjoying homemaking. I'm enjoying mowing the lawn. I want to learn how to garden. I want to learn how to fix minor things around the house that I can. I enjoy painting. So I'm focusing on self growth. I'm focusing on meditation. I'm focusing on learning more, getting stronger, reading more of the Bible, trying to understand more life lessons that I've learned from retrospect, reflecting on my life. I've taken 2 script writing classes. So they say, write what you know. And when I look back at my 24 years of customer service experience, grieving the death of 3 lost loved ones, my drug addiction over 10 years of crystal meth, hooking up with people who I think were dealers, but just never tried to talk about it. I remember when I was 19 and the guy said, here's the combination to my safe with my gun in case you ever need it. And then I bucked the hell out of Dodge and ran away from that one. And I still think I was involved with people. I met someone, maybe people I shouldn't have, because when you're having sex and you're doing crystal meth, you might run into a dealer or two. And, I'm glad that that's my past. That's behind me. And crystal meth is one of the addictions I'm proud that I overcame. And after over 15 years of struggling with it, it's easier and easier. And I never want to go back. And I don't have to go back. On Grindr last night, I got on because I was bored. I was going to do something before bed that you might do to get tired, if you know what I mean. Just take care of business. And so I chit chat sometimes to take care of business. That's how I used to do it. I don't meet people necessarily, but I chit chat sometimes. And I got home after running an errand. I was chatting, and it was later in the evening, and someone was like, do you want to hook up? And they were like, well, it's a group. And I was like, well, that's not, what do you mean a group? And they're like, oh, it would be five with you. And then I was like, are y'all smoking? He's like, yes. And I'm like, click, goodbye. I'm going to bed. I didn't even have to take care of business because I was so thrown off. But I thought back in the day that would have been a potentially like fun scenario. But I'm glad that I've changed, I've grown up, and it's cool that you can overcome addiction. You can get past addiction, and I believe you can even no longer be addicted once you have years enough away from certain things when you change your mindset. And I'm just going to keep growing, keep improving. I hope this testimony helps somebody. I love you so much, but God loves you more. Have a good day.